being the 6 Aries rising where the super full moon is that's involved in an eclipse, I don't want anything to do with anybody of the populace that doesn't have any discipline about. Well, I was just going to say the reactionary mode. Not that at all. I have a good handle on it. Um, you know, the Aries sign, that's a part of our humanity, which is the very first instinct. It rules the root chakra, and that mode of, now I wouldn't call it reactionary, but I would just say spur of the moment, jumping right on it. If you are like a skilled anything, even watching like a cat walking a rail, and it's not just 3 feet off the ground, it's 6 stories high, and you're like, I hear kitty, kitty, and it's making its way to you, like, nah. When do we let it just be what it is and not flail and absolutely knock it off and cause, like a whole other scene of what looks dangerous, which really what it was is the delicacy of awareness. And a lot of times, now I'm flashing, like if there's a guru that was the higher up of Aries, they're saying, rewind that a little bit. The first thing I said was this, and then blah blah blah, and then and they usually kind of leave off where you need to start or something like that. They're kind of, they don't like to wait for anybody else's evolutionary process. If they're reaching back and like they would be writing a book and informing us of something, they're definitely kind of going like this and lending their hand out, but they are already, they're the pioneers. It's hard to explain. Our like an athlete, it rules athletes that play right on the fly, like they can just catch a ball. I mean, if you know what I mean, I'm very athletic, and if you're just always practicing, you can just catch anything. I did it a few years ago. Something tried to leap out of the cupboard, and I've done it so many times where I catch something that is falling. Not they see faster than people. Their shutters are going very much faster, and everybody else is moving slow. And we are highly misunderstood as far as, like, for me right now. I'm like, okay, guess what I'm going to do? I need to be quiet. I need to be really quiet now, because all of humanity is going to start feeling the Aries vibration when the supermoon happens. The trip is, for me, it's like, well, but it's eclipsing, and that's when the Earth, which is ruled by Venus, moves in front of the sun, the shining sun, to block the reflection of the moon. So when we see, it's like now it's dimmed out. But what I feel, because I know this energy, it's Aries is very like there's the survivalist. It rules wars, and it could be kind of like do or die, you know, and very emotionally elevated at times, because it's fire ruled. It's like a man. It rules Mars. Mars ruled. It's like just picture the most bronzed man emerging with a sword and a shield. I mean, this is like Captain somebody. They're the leaders. And so all of that kind of bundling up into our emotional beings. For me, the last time that see something was kind of major like this for me, it's like, okay, Jupiter is going to go into Aries, and it's going to sit at 6 degrees right on my ascendant. That was last year, 2022. The beginning of July is when Jupiter went in there, and I felt everything that you're supposed to feel when Jupiter moves on over your ascendant. It's just amazing. Like you can really expand your entire self, who you are, just getting into the highest version of you can possibly be. But lo and behold, I can't control other people's states that they're going through with these changes. Like, see, the 6 Aries and the changes that they're going through. Like, say, if they have, like my brother, he has a moon in Cancer, which is a beautiful placement for the moon. He's kind of he's moon oriented somehow. Well, he has it on the midheaven. It's kind of a trip at 6 degrees Cancer. This thing where we do have this karma, I can see it, and I understand that he's very sensitive, and I understand him more than a lot of people would actually. His connection to his mother and how the possibility is that these people with such sensitivity, as my brother, um, having a hard time on this planet. Really, it's difficult. They're super intelligent, and they can't even handle their emotional intelligence. That's a big shutdown. Unfortunately, there's a lot of shutdown that I can detect. But anyway, this is being aspected also during the sorry the full moon, and there's so much distractions now, as far as how that I was trying to maintain my well-being here. I thought I was well on the way, but I think this fucking asphalt thing had to happen um, in order for me to just ring my bell and let some people know. And I don't, it's just furthered really. I know people think they know who each other is, but time to just kind of scratch a little etching in my that I'm here in existence, because I've been so hermited unbelievably. A lot of people may or may not pick it up or understand, but at the same time, no, I mean, everybody wouldn't you love to be able to get away from the world and just hermit out? Well, I've kind of always been, I have Jupiter in going backwards, the only one going backwards in my chart, retrograde in Pisces in the 12th house of behind closed doors, seclusion, solitary, monastery kind of thing. And I love the idea of just like, okay, so now that we know there is indeed two different types, I can't live next to them. 6 feet distancing, excuse me. Is there like a 600, I'll settle for yards, but maybe miles distancing? Can I create a scene where I just, like, how about as far as the horizon stretches? I think that's when you're on the sea, it's 26 miles before the earth curves. How about 26 miles? Can I have a cushion between their bitchin' world and my bitchin' world? There's just two types here. Can you kids tell us what that is? We've been studying this on my thing here. It's not really men and women, but we can trace the ore, what is mining into existence this issue of, it appears that there's some conflict on this planet. I bet you somebody has got plenty of I'm pretty sure I have a solution to some things. How do we ever get any of this on the table? Is that what we're supposed to do? Are we supposed to just mind our own business? How do we mind our own business? Well, it's like, oh, excuse me, I'm a little bit distracted by this person shitting on this fucking entire fucking situation and our situation. I was just thinking about how ultra sensitive I really am. And how I love the mountains because I can just remain ultra sensitive and even be more amazingly clairvoyant or whatever we're doing up here. And then, but then, it's being intruded upon. There's people just like, who cares? Then, uh, that's why, fine, I guess. But the use of toxic chemicals really do affect me. I'm pretty sure I'm feeling affected by that shit over there. The truth is, babes, that material is most likely a lot different than what they were originally using in 1950s or 60s or 70s. If if it was just it literally, I can draw this cartoon. Like, what did I just go through? What did we just? Can somebody just draw a cartoon of that? It's like it was a release of a swarm of something coming out of a hive, black wasps that had black tar material, and somehow there's a lot of cartoons I was trying to pull up in my mind. It's like easy to draw it. I've done it before. I should go get these cartoons and say, look, this one, I'll show you the symbology in it. It's like, see, this one's turning on the other one. It's a horse because they're on their back. Because, what I mean is, it's just whatever. It helps to do that and just put it in town instead of saying something. Just show them a picture. How do you stay? See, that's my Jupiter and Pisces. How do you stay? You have to do this meditation. It gets down to the point of just, you can't have your 26 miles or anything. It's encroaching on your doorstep or whatever, but you have to just ignore that there's so much noise. And it's fine. I'm not really that upset with every little thing, you know, but um I do have an Aquarius moon, and my emotional um stability kind of depends on a humanitarian effort to achieve some kind of harmony that has to do with like real life knowledge. That's very, very, very real to me. You know, I know me pretty good. A lot of people used to really like me, and I say that used to is the reason why I say used to is because I don't know anybody right now. Not what I'm talking about is real life people going out. It really changed over the last 3 years, hasn't it? People dropped off. It just went. Still kind of doing that. You bet. It's gonna get worse. If you haven't at least found love within yourself and know how to walk in the name of truth, about the truth, then you don't have anything. But really, you should have found someone else to help you create a bubble and love each other and hold on to each other and feed each other and appreciate each other. That's the main thing: complimenting each other, appreciating each other, making it feel good with each other. But the problem that has been with the Capricorn wrap up that has actually been squaring the house or sign of relationships and marriage over the last 14 years. Really, I just went celibate for 10 years of it or more. Um, no relationship still that I can say not. I mean, it's, I love what's there, but it's, I know of something that I can have that's more here from me, you know, really dialing in on the fact that I'm a diamond. That's the thing about Aries too, is that, am I talking about Aries? Yes. Here it comes. Uh, Humanity itself. You don't see the ideal of the idea of the diamond. It's not a diamond in the rough. It's done enough work on itself. It has enough intelligence within itself to recognize its own inner geometry. It has formed that for itself because it's been disciplined enough in a certain way. All it needs is somebody that can just lift it up and say, damn, this is beautiful, and just hold it and in its hands and say and recognize you don't need anything more or less but just to be you like this. That is what humanity really is. Psychologists, really good ones, women, will always say, if you notice a child is fully confident, they don't have any issues about expressing themselves. This is all whipped out of them. They come perfect. You need to learn how to leave them alone and have them. Give them everything. Expose them to everything and watch what they grab first off. And if they keep doing it, give them more and more the real version of it. Let them keep going. By the time they're 60, they're a master of it and they've done something with it. They'll find what they like and they do it if you leave them alone. I don't have kids, but I'm speaking up for kids a lot because I'm the 6 Aries rising. It rules that infant baby, that those formative years, that instinct of just reacting because, excuse me, that fucking hurt. And actually, there are boundaries that are ethical, standard to like intergalactic knowledge. Now, you people on Earth, batting shit out of people's hands when they're barely, like tripping the little kid when it's barely getting on its feet. That's not toying. That, you're toying with your own fucking organism's ability to get on its feet and know the universe without all of that interference of just toying, being a fucking toy, being a tool, like being careless. Toying means, oh, I just put it up and put it down. Next, I'm so bored all the time. It doesn't matter if it's a fucking person or not, or a relationship or anything. The store, a fucking glass of water. Narcissists abuse everything. I want it to be 1717. Good night.